Hey everyone, because I was cognizant of 9/11 and saw the big deception at the time it happened, I'm going to make this video and listen to Recreating the Creepy Feel of That Day by Free Voice and Matt of Quantum of Conscience. The reason why I'm doing this is because I remember looking at it and saying, that's a controlled demolition. And I remember also reading a book by Barbara Mesniak in which she was channeling the Pleiadians, who I'm not sure if they're good or bad, but whatever. They used her as a vessel and a voice, and she talked about, they, through the vessel, talked about how holograms would be used to deceive the people. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at recreating that creepy day, recreating the creepy day and feel of that day. So this is on freevoice.io, and we're going to watch it together. Because if you were young and don't remember the day, this is my best effort to capture the mood and feel 9/11, he says. As an aside, I flew in once with my then husband to New York. Oh, we're seeing the plane going into. People yelling and screaming. We flew around it. It was so beautiful. So I believe that there was one plane that actually went into it. I'm not denying the one plane. Where's my, okay, you're over there, right? That's you, okay. So, there was the one plane, and then there was a hologram. And I remember this because I was working, and it was so strange because I was a manager of a spa, and women kept calling in to cancel their appointments based on what was happening. And I went outside, and it just so happened I was dressed the sexiest I've ever dressed. I had my bare midriff, and my boss told me never to dress that sexy again. So I'm standing out there with my, like, it was a scalloped, so I was like a lingerie top with my midriff showing and my hot pants, meaning black pants that clung to my body. And I'm looking out at the sky thinking, okay, are they attacking all the capitals? And weirdly enough, a light, what do you call those things? You know, red, green, blue. It's like, you know, traffic light. It fell, like boom, like down from the intersection. So I'm like, what's going on? It just fell. It fell into the intersection. Nothing got hit. No cars got hit. So what I'm suggesting is, and also why I'm watching, you know, Matt Quantum of Conscience in his video, is that.
So coming up 8:01, let's get to the top news stories in the morning. For that, we turn to it.
Because now we have a camera.
There's always been an agenda.
Good morning, everybody, again. For the second time in 2 weeks, the U.S. has lost an unmanned spy plane over Iraq.
That's a man.
Shot down the remote-controlled Predator aircraft near Basra in the southern no-fly zone.
That's a man.
U.S. military officials, however, say they lost contact with the plane.
So what we want to do?
Look at what's coming up tonight on NBC.
That's a man in drag.
Tonight, three numbers.
Freevoice.io.
190 million calls each year. But you
Watch it with me, okay? Go there.
Raymond, watch it flying out here on American Airlines. Let's show you what's going on around the country.
Mr. Roper, Al, it is such a pretty morning, isn't it?
Perfect fall morning. Although it's not fall yet, so it's still a perfect.
You'll see how planned this was.
We like quiet. It's quiet. It's too quiet.
It was so planned.
And we've learned a couple of things this morning. In fact, we're starting a new feature. First of all, we've noticed that for some reason, several people in our audience have worn various shades of purple. Just by coincidence, did you all call each other and plan it?
No.
No.
Do you realize that the color purple, when you have it in your halo, it means you're about to die?
and best of luck with your project. The anthology, once again, is called The Long Road.
Like purple means you're gonna die.
Okay, I've got to interrupt you right now. Richard Hack, thank
But
you
when
very much.
the violet light comes over your head,
right now and show you a
I'm a
picture
seer.
of the World Trade Center.
You're gonna
Where I
die.
understand. Do we have it? No, we do not. We have a breaking story, though. We're going to come back with that in just a moment. First, this is Today on NBC.
All I'm telling you is, Matt's showing us these pictures. And I remember leaving work and going home. And then my husband and I watched it, and I said, it's a controlled demolition. It's a controlled demolition. There's no way a building can go down like that. It's a controlled demolition. Okay, Matt's video is fucking amazing. freevoice.io. And then look for it. The creepy feel of that day. There's a you have no idea. If you weren't there, you have no idea. This was a big, huge wake up. I woke up then. I realized, this is a big, huge Montezuma revenge. Who's Montezuma? I'm just kidding. It's not Montezuma's revenge. I'm just saying shit.
Let's get out there together and take pictures. You don't know, you might find a hand.
So I'm seeing building pictures. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Watch.
You see that blowout? That's a gun. There's another soul around here for you, bro. Got more?
So people were jumping from the building, by the way.
Being lowered. Being lowered? Very far. Oh, being lowered. There we go. See that thing falling? That's man. See it? See him? Yes.
Yeah,
You got
people
him?
were jumping. Meanwhile, this asshole, him, who already knew it was going to happen, is at his school. And he fucked little slave girls. And he loved it when they wiggled.
Decline the nomination.
It's like, oh my god, this is so sickening.
This gentleman right here. And he said, he kept saying, stand by, somebody's coming to get you.
Okay. These are the real people that actually experience shit. And I'm gonna tell you, I went to Underground New York. I went to Underground New York, and I talked to a human that had actually like been there. And what he said was that he was on his way to work, and it happened, and he went in, locked the door because there was nothing else to do. He was the caretaker. and then he fell asleep and he slept through the whole thing. It was such a catastrophic thing. So I went there with my then husband and my children, not his kids, but mine. And we went there in order to see for ourselves what was that, right? And to feel for it, to feel it. And my thoughts, my experience of it as being not as they put it across event was validated. However, what this individual said was that he went into his workplace and then he passed out. So there was 2 crystals that I purchased for my healing practice, and there were 2 citrine crystals. And those citrine crystals, it's the 3rd chakra. Citrine. I'm going to go back to listening. So the citrine crystals actually allow for the will center. What we're experiencing, I'm going to turn the light on because it's too dark. What we're experiencing is a really, really big attack on our will center. Our wills are being attacked. Our will to live. This is all about will. Remember when you die, there's a will? I'm not saying you're going to die. I'm not saying I'm going to die. I'm saying there's also a will to live. So there's a will at death, right? There's also a will to live. And this is an opportunity for us all to actually will to live. Will to live. That's really important to note. All right, sound on.
Do you see this? Looks like part of our TV.
Freevoice.io. Recreating the creepy feeling of that day, and by Matt of Quantum of Conscience, Quantum Conscience. Okay, that was an appropriate time to wear a mask. And people had them on then. There were people that were being burned out of the building. They were either going to fry or fly. All because why? Some rich fuck wanted more gold. Some black magic demon wanted to have more of a hold. Some evil entity wanted more territory. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Our people are so beautiful. And these predatorial parasites that are making things really ugly are giving us the biggest challenge of our lives, which is to recreate and reproduce the beauty that we are capable of and they are not.
If that was a third attack. However, parts of the building, big chunks of the building began to collapse. Everybody ran back on the street, just 1 block north of the World Trade Center.
You do know that all the rich people that own that building took out insurance policies and were not present at their offices that day. Don't you know that? So this is really hard for me to watch. Because I remember like coming home from work and seeing it and knowing it was a controlled demolition. Because I'm a seer. I see. And all those people that the first responders, all those sacrifices. What day was that? 9/11, right? Well, I'll have you know, I was at my 20th year high school reunion and I flew back the day before. I flew back the day before. Via Manchester Airport. Can you imagine going to work and then you have to choose what you're going to do because you're being burned out of your office? There's nowhere out. There's no way out. And you have to actually jump to your death.
You could have beams that are here that are restrained from expanding, prevented from expanding because of this column here, for example, that can buckle. And you see an example of a buckled beam right here.
There's been a planning. There's been a planning. There's plenty of ways out. Don't get too dimmed out. Tree of life. There's a way out. Okay, Matt, don't get too depressing. There is a way out. In. The way out is in. The way out is in. The way out is in. And I think he's got another like 20 minutes to go of this video at freevoice.io. It's really fucking amazing that this building is still in existence, and the filming, this like the work he's put into this video is so incredible. That people still think terrorists did it is like bizarre. That they don't see it as the controlled demolition as it was. That they don't see it as the big, huge, traumatic, inducing agent that it was. And that's the hard part. You know, the hard part for me is I saw it there. I was there. And I remember in the ensuing days, President Bush, and Colin Powell saying how they went into war. I could see the gleam in Bush's eyes, and then he packed a salami, basically they put a salami in his flight suit, and then they showed him like striding across some aircraft carrier ship or something.
Right now we're going to go to UPN 9's Barbara Nevins-Taylor, our sister station. She is reporting once again live from the scene. Barbara?
Okay, I have to pause.
Hi, this is Barbara Nevins.
So it's so intense because the lies and the deceit that have been done upon the masses is so intense. It's really hard for someone like me to see it. Really hard. Wake up. I don't want people to wake up, okay? They just like my video that I did about, you know, the opposition, fire above water. Success is made by small steps, not by big, huge, broad, sweeping ones. So that the important thing is to build family, build community, love people where they are. It's not important, and it's not imperative, and it would actually be detrimental to the cause to be waking people up in this huge dramatic fashion. It's better to, you know, to keep things like calm. So, you know, 9/11 and what's happening now in Afghanistan, and they're like, you know, trying to like create this boiling bubble, this like boil trouble. They're trying to boil up trouble. See, it's a cauldron. It's a cauldron. The black magic of everything that's going on. Love yourself first and foremost. Find joy in everyday life. Grow something. Be around pets and plants and children. These are dark times, but it's also a time of like great reconciliation within your own soul. To recognize that the polarity can actually create a reproduction of life, and to focus that life on something good, true, and beautiful. And I am moved. I'm deeply moved by witnessing what matter, quantum, conscious actually put together. It's just like, or conscious, whatever his channel is. It's really intense. Especially if you saw it. And by the way, as a child, when I saw the moon landing in 69, alright, I was born in 63. What's 1969 minus 1963? I saw through it as a child. You know how the child is the one that said the emperor wore no clothes? That's right. I was 5. The magic pentacle. When you still have pure eyes. And I was like, they didn't land on the moon. It didn't happen. And I knew that. Just like when I saw this, I knew, no, it's not what happened. The first one maybe, but the second black plane, no, that was a hologram. So there's an expert driver, I am quite certain. There was one plane that was real. That's what makes it such a cognitive dissonance for people. The second plane was not real. It was a hologram. Whew. That was a lot. So if this video actually makes it on YouTube, because my last one got yanked. Not my last one, but my one that I was talking about. The idea. I was reading an article from the gosh, what was that newspaper? Anyway, doesn't matter now. I was reading an article providing a critique, and I may be doing more of those because I find I enjoy them incredibly. For the meantime, here's to all those beautiful souls, those innocent people whose lives were lost today, 9/11, 2001, I got back from my high school 23 reunion then, alive and well. And our reunion was forever marked by that event. Yeah, not much more to say, folks. Watch his video. Keep your kahunas, meaning keep your cool. And know that the will to survive, the will to have a life, the will to succeed is about aligning with the truth of your being. So I will continue to do that, aware of the signs. All is not lost. Have no fear. Feel what you feel, for it is real. Love.